Hey, this is Tracy Lewis with Stuff and Things, and today I have a organization video. I'm going to do mostly a before and after because the actual technique I use is pretty simple. Everybody should be able to do it. So what I've got is a special box. I was able to attend the 30th anniversary of Stampin' Up, and when we got there, we picked up our care package, which included this box with some goodies in it, and I have jiggered this box simply by putting stuff in it, and it's my memento box of all of the cards that people have sent me since the 30th anniversary, which was, I believe, 2017. So I've got all these lovely cards from everybody, and they are overflowing. And I have all of my fall cards here that were up on the slide for decoration. I've taken them down and I'm ready to put them in this box, but there's no way they're going to fit. So my plan is to take these cards and cut off the backs on all of them, and then write on the inset here who it was that gave me this card. This was from Nancy. And that way, even though I'll lose the inside decoration here, which is really nice, I will have a memento of everybody's cards they've sent me. And then if I was really organized, I could actually categorize these by separating them. What I like to do is cut down like manila file folders, which I had a bunch of extra. I don't have them anymore. But some sort of extra cardstock, a little bit oversized, with a descriptor of what designs are underneath it. So I could go ahead, see, I can get 4 up here, and then I could separate them all into the designs. And if I ever felt like casing something from a friend, you know, like if I wanted to case this card or this one, or this beautiful card from Libby, which I believe was a birthday. Let's see. Oh no, I'm not even a mother, but Libby always sends me Mother's Day cards. In my past, I was the mother of horses and cats, and then way back when, birds even. So this way, I will have this card available to me should I ever need to case something and I want to go through my box and pick something to case. So that is my plan, and I've got my trusty trimmer that I will use, and then I will come back. I want to see how much room I save by cutting off all the backs. So for you it will be a split second. For me, I suspect it will be hours of cutting and labeling the backs so I don't lose track of who sent me what. So stay tuned, and I will be back with the finished project. Hey, I just want to give a quick update. I am midway through my breaking down process, and I've now got some tools I had to pull out. When I have fancy folds, I find using large scissors to like cut the fancy fold apart works really well. So in this case, this is the back of a fancy fold, and I trimmed it along the two-thirds of the way across the fold, and then I recovered 3 layers of paper. And so scissors, I've been using a pencil to mark the backs, and I found I needed to grab a gel pen. So this particular lovely card from my mom was a thank you. I'm guessing at the years of these, and I don't know, you might not care about the years. And I noticed that I do have, now I'm into a pile of older ones, and they all have been sealed. I'm probably not going to be able to keep them all sealed because of the space that I need. So I will be undoing all of these that I very carefully, at some point in the past, covered them. So I'll undo them, and then the other thing I was thinking of using, so I do have some baggies. Now I didn't label these baggies. I'm hoping when I get into them I will discover what, if this was the year perhaps I will be able to figure that out. And I see lots of red and blue, so this probably is all the way back to not Valentine's, 4th of July. But this happy birthday, my birthday's in December, so I'll be breaking all these out, and that's kind of where I'm at now. And then like I have these, so obviously I was not very consistent with storage. And then I love that, like, here's a piece of chipboard. Why did I put this chipboard in here? I do not know, but I need the space, so I'm going to be tossing that. So this sadly is the grouping of the backs I've cut off so far. And when you have the card folded, it does actually even take up more. Like, this doesn't look like very much, but it is a lot. The final thing that I'm considering doing, I probably don't need to, but let's say you have not a very large stash of cardstock, you could probably, with some of these, see now Sherry wrote on the back the year, so that's great. I was able to transfer that to the inside of the front. So some of these you could reuse if you wanted. I'm just looking to see how realistic that is. Most of the people I know, it looks like they all stamp their backs. See, there's a stamped. So for me, I'm not really going to worry about keeping these to reuse. But depending on what your friends do, you might even find some insides that are really well decorated. Like my mom, and I have a card to show you that my mom made me. She really goes all out and decorates every bit, front and back, of her cards. So she always does the little punch. So I never use a punch. Everybody kind of comes up with their own signature, so to speak. And my mom's signature is to do the little punches. This is me. The front is a anniversary card, and I went ahead and did a whole bunch of sentiments inside. So I just don't have room to keep these, but they're clever ideas, and you could even write them down and make a binder of ideas of, inside card ideas, perhaps. Of clever things you want to do. This would be another one that I would love to keep because I think it's so well done. Now this person, Sue, she makes really cute cards, and she went ahead and even did this really lovely die cut, and wrote in the die cut. So all sorts of ideas, and very sad to get rid of these card backs. But because of room restrictions, I had no choice. I love how this one says handmade in Washington, and it has like a barcode, and it's made by Kathy. So anyhow, I just wanted to share these ideas with you. Here's another one that Libby did, an inside that's really nice. So that's what I've got to say on the card backs. And sadly, here they go. I'm not thinking about them. They have to go in the garbage. So there they are. And now I just wanted to show you a couple of really cool cards. I promised to show you. Now it's a little bit damaged. This is a shaker. This is my mom making me. This would be last year's card because I am not 52 anymore. And she used some dots. We actually made these together using perler beads. And look at the inside of this one. So she really loves to decorate, like I said, every bit of her card. Now notice she didn't do a punch, and she said she just didn't have a good travel punch to use. And this was before we left. Actually, we had already left, and it's for my birthday from a couple of years ago. So I'm going to keep this entire card because the back is just so well decorated. I just can't get rid of it. So in the pile it goes to keep, and I'm going to continue if anything else comes up. The other thing is I haven't found a need for it, but do have a knife cutter handy just in case you have any weird cuts that you need to do to salvage the front the way you would like. And that's it, and I'm going to get back to work here. I have, like I said, I have to unbag all of these bagged cards, so it will be a while. And I knew the project would be time consuming. So, like I said, for you, it's just going to be a mere flash of time before I'm back showing you the box organized. Like I said, I'm considering, instead of just using pieces of paper designating what the categories are, I might just reuse my baggies and write on them in some way with Sharpie, perhaps, what the category is. I haven't even decided how I'm going to categorize them yet. Anyhow, stay tuned. All right, I have finished my organization of my special box of cards people have sent to me over the last 3 years. But it is the next day, I will say. It took me until late last night to get everything done, and then I decided I'd rather film during the day. So I do have a couple of special cards to share. They are just the ones that I could not break apart, and I'll do this pretty quickly. So this card from Kathy, I just didn't have the heart to break apart, with the rounded edges and the pretty popped up floral element. A 4th of July card from Nancy. Love the stars, the double stars, and the Let Freedom ring. This is one from Libby that was from this year, and I did want to keep at least one of her fancy colored insides. This is a really pretty card in real life. I hope it films well. I love it. Here's another mom card. Actually, the last two are mom cards. And I just couldn't bear to take the pretty gold foil away, so I left it intact. And a really fun Valentine from my mom with more dots. Alright, so those are the ones that are just going to be kept full, and here is the inside of the box. I had to pull one bigger bag for this fancy fold I have. It's with a never-ending card, and I'm not going to share any of these fancy folds. They were already labeled, and I'm going to go ahead and use these for my fancy cold fold Fridays, or fun fold Fridays, either way. And this will keep me going on the Fridays for quite a few weeks. So that is all done. And then everything's really fluffy, I noticed, where everything, when I had taken it out, when they had their backs, everything was really tight. So I've got my labels. I did not close so that I can easily pull out whatever I want. And on a couple of them, this side is July 4th, and I can flip it over and I have all my Valentine cards. So I just stuck with, here's a grouping of thank you, Thanksgiving, and get well cards, all ready to go. And then on the very back here are a couple of anniversary cards that I had made for Hub. And this project is now done. And then as everything gets flattened out, I think I'll have at least another year's worth of cards to put in, maybe more. Hopefully this will inspire you to, if you don't keep your cards, to keep cards that people give you so that you can go through them and reminisce over them, and then possibly use them to case. Have a great day, and thanks for watching.